What up, party people? I guess in our next episode of Words with Worm, we're going to try and give you some hints and things that I do that I think help productivity, direction. Yeah, we're going to call it Plan Your Day. It sounds simple, but do you have a plan for your day? Do you plan out your day? And I know everybody has like the to-do list and things like that, but I mean, like actually take an active part in planning out your day. This is going to sound probably kind of corny for some of you guys, but like just taking down a piece of paper, literally writing out the hours to the day. And when I say the hours to the day, I mean 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Yeah, there's some in between. We missed a couple there. But, and saying, all right, like this time to this time. Now, some planners out there for days will say, all right, like every single hour on the hour, they're going to have something to do. You need to plan out your breaks. You know, I'll go for some of you smokers out there, like whether it's cigars or anything else like that, like plan a break in your day. Plan your bathroom breaks. I'm not saying that you need to take them on assigned times, but leave time. These are things that you need to do. Food. I know you guys know I like me some food, but like plan times for that. Like don't just plan out your day every 15 minutes, every half hour, every hour with activities that leave you no actual time. You know, it's great to say, all right, I'm going to use every minute of my day. But there are actual things you need to do throughout the course of the day. Make sure you leave time for those, you know, and understand that everything needs to be fluid. You need to be able to adjust on the fly. Like if you have a lot of things going on, there are unforeseen items that are going to come throughout your day. Get a phone call for someone you need to help out, you know, or if you're running a sales team, like someone's going to call with something you need to do right away. You know, you need to have the flexibility, but also like have a, you know, kind of a checklist. But if you can put those things into certain times of the day, you know, as you continue to do them, whether it's like, all right, so this is when I make phone calls, this is the time I send emails, you know, or mix and match. Another thing you'll start finding, like time during the day. I actually had this conversation with a coworker the other day. Like, I found time in my driving, like to, whether it's listen to an audiobook, or some days I actually turn the radio completely off. You know, what kind of lunatic drives with the radio completely off? There are some of us out there. But you can use it as your downtime. You know, I know we all have these conversations in our head of things we're going to do, and maybe even it's time to think of things you're going to teach people or bring to the table for your stuff. Like, that could be your ride, you know. But actively planning for it. Like, all right, so like this is the time, like I'm going to get in the truck, I'm going to drive to work or wherever I'm going, like my ride home. I'm going to think of certain things, and maybe I'll do some voice recording to go over later, things like that, for my plan for the next day. You know, don't know what it might actually be until you plan it out. You know, and having a plan, being prepared, you know, when it comes down to the next day. If you're doing a presentation, you're going to work for whatever it is you do. It could even be construction, and you're, you know, moving into a different job for tomorrow. Like planning ahead, getting to know what you're going to do, you know, whatever it is. You know, setting aside that time. I'll go as far as saying even set aside some time to recap. Obviously, plan for the next day, but what was your strength of the day you just went through? Like, what was something that you had super positive that went well? You know, and why'd that happen? You know, write that out, write it down. You know, and what's something that was a weakness of the day? You know, whether you do that first thing in the morning about yesterday, or do it at the end of the night about the current day. You know, setting those things up to set yourself for the most successful next move. You know, and how you can better those things. You know, and as you find like things that are weaknesses in the day, like work on improving them. You know, that's where I try and, for myself, like I said, you know, books and things like that, knowledge, I'm finding very, very useful. But I also try and tailor that knowledge to things that I'm doing. So that does help. But having a plan and moving forward to the next thing is definitely key. Again, I can't stress this enough. Take your time to write out a day, then write out the next day. Not all days are the same, and plan your week kind of around that. Every day, and realistically, like, what is a week? If you have a 10-day ritual, you have a 15-day, whatever your schedule turnaround is for what you're doing, day one, is, could be doing some training with others, training with yourself, things like that. Day two could be a knowledge day, where it's, taking this, Johnny 5, input, moving on to, the next day of, self-reflection, things like that, planning for the next day. Not every day needs to be exactly the same. You can write out hours of one day and then have another day that's completely different, but focus on moving yourself forward. So realistically, like planning, I just gonna try and go through this with my guys, have them write out a day. What's the day look like? But Monday doesn't look like Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday might look similar. I know for my team, Thursday doesn't look the same as the rest. So writing out and planning out those days and what you're going to do on those hours can end up making you more efficient. If you're more efficient, and especially at what you're working at, wouldn't you say the results might be better? I'd be willing to bet they will. So my message today is like, go for a little bit of a planning. Plan. But a plan is only good as if you execute. Just plan for it and execute. That's you. And as we say on most of our videos, hope you have a great day. I hope you like this one today. We're gonna try and change these up and see what happens. So hope everybody has a great day. Plan and attack. Have a great day.